Okay,
Ladies and gentlemen, once
we are
again,
live here at Van Andel Soccer Stadium on this gorgeous late August afternoon, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, as the Flying Dutch look to take on the Knights of Wartburg College out of Waverly, Iowa. My name is Paul Willard. I am standing alongside Mr. Michael Donato. Michael, you had a privilege of calling the women's game yesterday against the Muskegon School of Engineering, or Milwaukee, excuse me. And Flying Dutch had a victory, 3-0, scoring 3 goals in the first half. Lena Rea, the outstanding senior, scoring 2 goals within about a 8-minute span. Talk about what you're looking forward to in this contest today a little bit, what you expect to see from the Flying Dutch. The Knights coming off a loss at Calvin, ironically enough, also named the Knights, last evening over in Grand Rapids. But this should be a really good match. Wartburg picked to finish third in their division, but always they play in an extremely strong conference in the American Rivers Conference. So talk a little bit about what you're looking forward to, what you want to see out of the Flying Dutch, and what the Knights can do to come in and maybe put some paces on the Dutch here today.
For the Hope women's team. Like you said, a 3-0 victory. You want to build on that. Their passing was really crisp, looked really sharp, good movement. And what you want to see is more of that from that's what Coach Van Noord is hoping to see. I would think that Hope's going to want to be quick, move the ball around, use their pace, and see if they can get in behind Wartburg like they were able to do yesterday to the Milwaukee School of Engineering women. Like you said, it was a battle between the two Knights last night, and Wartburg fell to Calvin. So they'll be looking to bounce back here in Michigan before they head back a little bit to the west.
Yeah, Hope, just an incredibly talented team this year, and returning a lot of starters from the previous year. They also have a full 11 here that are mostly juniors and seniors, a couple of sophomores, but they're a very talented team from top to bottom, as we see the ball get sent in here, easily handled by the goalkeeper from Wartburg, Tula Jensen. Wartburg trying to work the ball up. Wartburg going left to right on your screen here, wearing white and orange. Hope going right to left, wearing the all-blue kits with the white caps on the sleeves. As Olivia Dieppe pushes it in, looking for Berkey on the outside edge was Liz Bellinger. Just unfortunately hit it a little too quickly, and you know, Michael, as well as I do, that ball moves on this turf incredibly fast.
Absolutely. It's so quick. That plays to Hope's advantage. They like to move the ball quickly, and so it's a great field for Hope College to play on. We'll see how Wartburg does with it.
Yeah, Wartburg playing at Calvin last night, of course, at that new soccer stadium that was just constructed a couple of years ago for our crosstown region rivals, the Calvin Knights. And just a beautiful stadium there. Van Andel Soccer Stadium is beautiful. I don't know, I apologize to our Wartburg fans who might be listening, I don't know much about Wartburg Stadium. So if you have a wonderful soccer stadium there, apologies that I'm not mentioning that. I have never visited Waverly, Iowa, so I can't tell you exactly where it might be. But I've been to Iowa once for a wedding, and all I remember was that it was wide open. That's about all I can say.
You got to get your travel priorities fixed,
I
Paul.
probably
You got to spend a lot more time in Iowa.
Barnard sending it across there, easily scooped up again by Jensen. Yeah, you're right. I really need to go on maybe a cross-country road trip or something. We'll get that on the books here.
Yeah, talk to your wife about that one.
I shall. Knights moving the ball through the middle of the pitch right now. Kind of the ball so far possession-wise in the first 3 minutes of the game here has just kind of ping-ponged around. Hope kind of with an early dominance on terms of getting on top of the ball, sending it up on this near side here as we have a goal kick now. And we'll see Clara Feenstra, the junior out of Hudsonville, take the goal kick here. Feenstra had an outstanding freshman year campaign, starting goalkeeper her first year. Kendall Robertson was the starter last year, the transfer from Grand Valley. Feenstra back between the sticks now, and she's an outstanding goalkeeper. I'll probably only have gotten better learning from Kendall this past year, and I anticipate her to have another clean sheet today, if not a very close try at a clean sheet. Even during her freshman campaign, I think she had 6 or 7 clean sheets, if not more. So definitely a talented team from top to bottom here are the Flying Dutch. But the Knights are no slouch either, like I talked about. First, picked third in their conference, but the American Rivers Conference is always a difficult conference to play in. And so we have a throw-in now here for the Flying Dutch on that far touchline. Adeline Rad with the bright pink cleats that you can see probably from Zealand. And now we have a corner kick here, earning the first set piece of the game for the Flying Dutch. We'll see what we can do here. You know, the men last night scored off of their first corner kick. Evan Sandy sent in a beautiful cross, fell to the feet of Jackson Mindling, who put it far post with his left foot. So we'll see what Liz Bellinger can do here. Nice boot in at the top, or right around the 6. Ball careens out again. Liz is going to get that. Hallie Bernard leaves it outside to Liz. Bellinger now looking to put it across and just sends it well behind the back of the net. A little bit of a mishit there, but I love what I'm seeing out of Hope right now in terms of getting after the ball and filling space.
I think set pieces might be a little bit tough for Hope today. Wartburg definitely has some size, but Hope uses a lot of its speed. But we'll see how they do with set pieces. That one went towards Olivia Dieppe, which about 3 or 4 corners did last night too, so that seems to be a trend.
Lena Rea, the 2-goal scorer, leaves it for Rad. Rad out to Hallie Bernard. Bernard just so quick on that outside edge. Bernard with the ball now, puts a shot on frame, and it sails well over the top of the bar. Tula Jensen happy to see that one sail out of reach for a goal kick for them. But I like that movement, though, too, right? I think you had a lot of really good 1-2 passing going on. A little bit of give and go there at times between Bellinger and Bernard. And I really kind of like what I see out of the Flying Dutch so far.
I think Wartburg is kind of set up a little conservatively so far, and Hope's going to have to figure out a way to break them down. And you're right, those 1-2s, those quick successions of plays, those will be really necessary if they're able to do it.
Lena Rea looking for that streaking run from Adeline Rad on the outside edge now. Snuffed out by Wartburg's defense. That looks to be number 23, Lindsay Overman, the junior, out of Waverly. Super local product. Staying very close to home, sticking with Wartburg. And we have a goal kick now for the Knights from Wartburg. Knights with the ball now in their own defensive third here. Quick turn there from Avery Mize. Ball now out towards this near touchline. Knights send it up. Megan McCauley with the down header there, leaving it for Namel. Great little step through there. Dieppe keeps it back to Namel now. On the turn. Wow. Oh! Little nutmeg there. That's pretty from the first-year player. Joanna Namel, the product out of South Lyon, St. Catherine of Siena Academy. And she was just unreal yesterday afternoon in her first campaign as a Flying Dutch defender. Of course, replacing, for now, I believe Mia Hesley, the all-conference newcomer of the year, all-conference player Mia Hesley, oftentimes played the wing-back position. So Joanna Namel stepping in, earning her spot here. Bernard just with the speed on that outside edge and just skates over that end line.
Yeah, if you had told me Namel was a junior, senior,
yeah,
I would have believed it last night. She's been very assured, very confident in the ball. looks to play it forward a lot too, which is again really nice to have a progressive defender who wants to put the players through. And it's so nice when you have someone who's confident and just kind of solid. You really appreciate that.
Absolutely right. Ainsley Harris with a shot on frame. Sails well over the bar, unfortunately. But I really love this high pressure that Hope is putting on the Knights right now. Wartburg really has not gotten past the midline here in about the last 10 minutes. So, if they're going to break down what Hope is doing on offense and the high press that the Dutch seem to have right now, Wartburg's going to have to find a unique way to get that ball past the midline, because right now Hope is just snuffing almost every attacking little bit of momentum out, as Jenna Schreiber wins the ball back here on the near touch to Dieppe. Dieppe's going to work it back to Namel. Namel looking for space and finds Dieppe again on the near touch line here. Olivia leaves it for Ainsley Harris, who does a little jab step. Now back out to Dieppe. Dieppe right outside of the edge of the 18, looking to cross it in with the lefty. Oh. Nobody there. I thought for sure somebody was going to get ahead on that. Ball headed out now by the Knights. Yeah, it looked like for sure that maybe Heidi Berkey was in almost a near perfect position to get a header on that one, and maybe just wasn't ready for that cross to come in. But just still great top-heavy pressure from Hope still in this contest so far. If you're the Knights, what do you have to do to get that ball past the midline? I think I only remember one or two plays where they were able to get it over the midline here and even and prevent any semblance of a challenge as the ball goes over the midline.
Yeah. Commentators curse.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I think they've tried to break a little bit a couple times, kind of a through ball over the top a little bit. But, yeah, the Hope's press has been very stifling. They've been aggressive with it, coordinated. And right now I think Wartburg's just kind of trying to keep it steady.
Adeline Rad, semi-local product out of Jenison, just down the road here, not too far from Holland, with the throw-in, but the Knights win that back here, now playing all the way back to their keeper, Tula Jensen, the sophomore out of Loveland, Colorado. Knights moving the ball now pretty well. Hope seems to relax a little bit on that high press that they had for about the first 10 minutes of the game here. And Adeline Rad's going to take another throw in here on the far touch for the Flying Dutch. Drops it in for Hallie Bernard. And now we've got a throw for the Knights on that far side, probably about 25 yards out. Oh, great turn there.
Oh, another one.
Another great turn. An excellent slide tackle from Liz Bellinger to keep that out of the way. Shot on goal here, handled easily by Feenstra, but wow. That's a 35-yard, 40-yard shot, my friend. That's a deep shot, and I love the ambition for the Knights to try to get something towards the sticks, right?
That might have been one of those cross-come-shot kind of situations.
Sure.
But that can work sometimes, too. Just kind of chuck it towards the far post or towards the back post.
Yeah, little happy accidents sometimes, right? Oh, Bernard just turns on the speed. Great defensive tackle there from number 2. That's Avery Mize, the senior, graduate student, actually, out of Bloomington, Illinois. Ainsley Harris now with the ball here, looking to drop it back in for a teammate. Oh, she looked for that slotted ball back, unable to get it as Bernard wins that challenge there. Back to Rad. Rad sending it in. Heidi Berkey not able to get there as that ball's going to run off of the end line. Boy, I think, we've seen it already a couple of times here, Michael, but that battle that's going to exist on that outside edge between Hallie Bernard and Avery Mize, I think is going to be something to watch as this game progresses.
Definitely. Hope's trying to get in behind the defense, and one way they do that reliably is with Bernard's speed.
Ooh. Heidi Berkey with a collision here. Namo looking to send it in. Bellinger just with an errant touch pushes it a little too far. And now Avery Mize is going to work that ball back towards the middle here, trying to find a teammate. And a great step in there by Jenna Schreiber. Ball back to Ainsley Harris now too. Ainsley taking her defender one-on-one, looking to put a shot on frame, and she does. Easily handled by Tula Jensen. A little bit of a worm burner of a shot there. Jensen getting down pretty quickly, pretty easily to handle that. Of course, Ainsley Harris, all-conference player, scored many goals last year. Just an outstanding get for Coach Holly Van Noord. And she plays with such intensity, such passion, and she can beat anybody off the ball. I've seen so many times where she takes a defender one-on-one and just has an incredible amount of footwork to be able to get the job done. As Lena Ray with an errant pass there, she was trying to work it back to Harris, but intercepted by the Knights here as they look to work the ball up. Great step in there by Dieppe. Liz Bellinger leaves it just a little long for her teammate. Liz and Olivia, two seniors on the team, have played together since they were first-year players here for the Flying Dutch. They know each other extremely well. McCauley now is going to work that back to Feenstra. Feenstra wearing the red jersey, red headband. She's definitely kitted out in there between the sticks. Looks good. Hey, look good, play good. You know, that's kind of the mindset, right?
Confidence, very important. And you can't put a price on self-esteem, Paul.
That's exactly right. Ball cleared off of the end line there by Megan McCauley, and now we have our first set piece for the Knights from Wartburg. It'll be a corner kick on the far side here. Looks like number 13, Eliana Trilling, midfield junior, out of Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. You ever been to Sun Prairie, Wisconsin?
I think I've driven through, Paul. I used to live in Minnesota.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Ball cleared out there by Harris.
And I actually got some Iowa tips for you when you head out there.
Okay, all right, wonderful. Yeah, I went to Iowa once for a wedding. It was either in Cedar Rapids or Cedar Falls or Cedar Springs or one of the very many Cedar somethings that exist in Iowa. I don't remember which one. It was a number of years ago, but.
Has Hope ever played Luther College?
Not to my knowledge, no.
They're out in Decorah, Iowa, which is actually quite nice.
Oh, there goes Hallie Bernard looking to battle again. Going up against Paige Leinhard.
Got another
junior
corner here for Hope.
Yeah, Adeline Rad looking to take this one. Liz Bellinger taking the first one here. Adeline Rad now with those bright pink cleats, very easy to identify. Hallie Bernard used to wear bright pink cleats last year. She switched to the teal blue this year.
That's another corner that Dieppe darn near almost scored on.
Sure.
She had about two last night that just barely missed the far post, and another one tonight, and the first corner earlier went towards her too. So she's definitely been a big target for the Hope set pieces.
Yeah, Olivia Dieppe, defensive wing back here, but she is known for getting up the field and getting involved in the offense as much as possible. We saw that a lot last night. Heidi Berkey with the header there, getting up for it, getting big. That ball is going to go over the line. There, you know, such a tough thing sometimes. The whole of the ball has to go over the whole of the line, right? And it's so hard to tell that when it's up in the air, especially because unlike in other sports where if the player is out of bounds and they touch the ball's out of bounds. But if a player is out of bounds and touches the ball while it's still in bounds, the ball is still fair play.
Yeah.
Right, in soccer. So it's a little bit, sometimes it can be a little bit dicey there, and there's a lot of times where you'll hear collective groans out of the crowd watching or something like that because they don't realize the exact rule there, but
it works a little bit differently than basketball, and
yes.
I can distinctly remember on my competitive team at one point, one of my coaches arguing with the ref, and the ref told him, "Hey, wrong sport, coach."
Lena Ray with the ball now, just gets dispossessed there. Oh, great little spell of footwork here from number 16, Athena Sheets. Lena Ray trying to step in now. Ainsley Harris just going, what ball. A great ball to Heidi Berkey here. Berkey taking it off across the 18. Hallie Bernard with a shot! And the goal. What a beautiful spell of play there from the Hope College Flying Dutch.
Beautiful is absolutely right, Paul. That was awesome.
All set up by Ainsley Harris coming on this near side here, beating her defender one-on-one, leaving a little dink pass to Heidi Berkey, who sprints forward, sets it across for Lena Ray. I don't know if there was an intentional dummy there or not.
I'm going to give it to her.
Yeah. But Lena with just a heads-up play to let that one go through. Hard to tell if, Hallie Bernard was trying to shout her off of it. Ball falls right to Hallie's right foot, and she buries it almost upper 90.
Absolutely.
Just a beautiful strike from the junior out of Rockford.
Yeah, that was great to see. If you're Hope, you want to see more of that.
Harris now with the ball, sets it up again for Hallie Bernard, turning on the Jets here down that far sideline. Sets it across with her left foot there, a little bit of a miss hit, but Lena Ray with the hustle to get there right at the top of the 18, works it back to Rad. Now Rad with the turn, sends it long to Berkey. Nothing there yet, but Olivia Dieppe playing in that high wing-back position, looking to set it across now for Harris. Nothing doing, sniffed out by the Knights from Wartburg, and now McCauley is going to settle things down for Hope's defense here, working it back to Namel.
That was a really important ball to break up there.
Namel just so strong.
Does
not play like a true freshman at all.
So comfortable out there, which you love seeing that from your defense. It just gives you confidence anywhere else up the pitch.
Adeline Rad putting it for and Bellinger with the ambitious little shot. I love taking shots like that too, especially when it's rolling to you quick and you can use the momentum of the ball in your favor as you're trying to put it on frame, and that ball was going to dip.
Yeah.
If Bellinger was 5 yards further back towards the center line, that ball was dropping right beneath the bar.
It was not far away. It was great. Caught the keeper out a little bit. That quick one-timer shot.
A couple of subs checking into the game. Number 14, Allie Smith, the sophomore out of Underwood, Iowa, product of Abraham Lincoln High School.
Oh.
Dieppe here now with the ball for a near side throw in. Looking for Lena Ray, unable to find her. Headed by Smith for the Knights. Ball still careening around here. One back by the Knights. Joanna Namel happy to play it back to her keeper, Clara Feenstra. Namel with a little dangerous pass there, looking for Jenna Schreiber as Liz Bellinger gets the ball up here towards the near touch. Back to Namel. That ball's still going to stay with the Flying Dutch. And now the Knights seem to be putting just a little bit higher of a press on Hope here, more so than they did throughout the first 15 minutes of the game. Heidi Berkey now with enough room here on the sideline to take her defender one-on-one, and she's going to do that as she looks to get down the line here. Full head of steam, setting it across, looking for that left-footed cross, smartly played out by number 23, Lindsay Overman. And that's going to be another set piece for the Flying Dutch as Adeline Rad's going to come across the entire width of the field from her right wing-back position to take this set piece for the Flying Dutch here. Rad raises her hand. Ball sent in short.
Goal kick.
Yeah, it looked like Dieppe was trying to argue with the center official there, either about maybe getting a little bit of a push or thinking that it went off of one of the Wartburg players. But I totally interrupted you. You were about to say something.
I was just going to say, I don't think Hope will mind Wartburg pressing them a little bit, because I think that'll open up spaces behind Wartburg, and I think Hope has enough talent on the ball and enough speed that they can really punish them if that's what ends up happening.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that, especially with Berkey and Bernard on the wings there, as Heidi Berkey gets this ball here and smartly plays it out towards the touchline. Great little ball there. She could have played it back to Feenstra. Would have been a little bit of a weird angle, but Heidi Berkey making the smart play there to play it off of the touchline here.
Yep. And
giving a chance to get the Wartburg sub in. Hope getting a chance to reset their defense a little bit as well. Ball headed out by Namel. McCauley looking to clear. Bellinger in the mix now. Harris with the header. And now Hallie Bernard checking the space behind her, looking to take Paige Leinard one-on-one here. Looking for Rhea. Lena's got the ball now, back to Bernard. And Hallie's going to speed down the sideline here. Look at Hallie Bernard go. Turning on the Jets here as she crosses it in. Oh. Tula Jensen not able to handle that one. Lena Ray with the left-footed shot. Easily handled by Jensen there. My goodness, is Hallie Bernard fast or what? Holy cow.
It's hard to see her sometimes. It's like a blur.
Well, that's what I was saying last year. At least she had the pink cleats on. We could pay attention to her a lot easier. Yeah, Bernard just taking, like I said, that matchup on that outside edge between Bernard and Mize is going to be something to watch for the rest of the game. Lena Rea with the ball now, top of the 18, looking to put a shot on frame, and does. Trying to bring that magic back from the 2-goal game she had yesterday. I remember talking to Coach Holly Van Noord over the summer, right before school started, a little bit about Lena Rea and what she expected to see out of her for the year. Of course, Lena Rea playing in the inaugural season of women's Tulip City United. Oh, Megan McCauley with a pretty tough foul there. Quick reset for the Knights now. Looking for a shot on goal here are the Knights. Plays it back to the middle. Dangerous now. Missed hit there. Played out by Bellinger. And there's a shot that's going to go wide. But, yeah, like I was saying, Lena Rea playing for our fellow commentator, head coach Matt Margarone of Tulip City this summer. And I remember talking to Coach Holly Van Noord. And Holly was talking about how she expects a lot out of Lena, not only as a senior leader, but also as a goal scorer. And she really wants Lena to get after every single ball. And that is really starting to show up here, not only on the stat sheet, but also in her pace of play and her work rate up top. She has filled pretty much every empty space. She has gotten after every loose ball. And you know, if you're a head coach, you can't be more proud of the effort that Lena Ray's put in these first 2 games.
Absolutely. If you have a defender who can, or a forward who defends from the front and can harry the other team's defenders and pick up some loose balls up there, that can create a lot of opportunities. Great touch
Namel there with the touch. Yeah, and see Lena Rea just filling that space so quickly. To Bernard now. Hallie Bernard leaves it for Rea. Rea's looking to put a shot on frame. Oh, no, she crosses it through for Bellinger. I thought Lena had an angle there where she could have definitely tried to put it on frame, but unselfish play there.
You know, the left-footed shot from Rea earlier, I thought she probably could have passed it over to Bellinger, and on that last play, she did that when I thought she actually should have shot.
Sure.
So that happens sometimes.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You always want your forward to be just a little bit selfish, too. You don't mind that at all.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Lena Rea going for the Jamie Tart experience by making the extra pass. Berkey with the left-footed cross, just unable to put it really near the frame. And we've got Claudia Folkert now and Grace Fowler checking into the game here. Folkert replacing Heidi Berkey up at that top left position, and Grace Fowler replacing Liz Bellinger in the center midfield. Jensen works the ball here right in the middle of the 18 now. Knights looking to try to find space to push it up over the top. Olivia Dieppe sniffs that one out pretty easily with the header, and it's going to be the Knights throw in here. Quick resets from the Knights so far. You know, they have, like, they're very quick to get on top of the ball, move the ball as quickly as they can, especially against a powerful offense like Hope. You know, you're gonna want to do that so that you can maybe catch Hope off guard a little bit. Although with the talent that Hope has on this team, I'm not entirely sure how much that's going to work, because Hope, it seems, ready for everything right now. Ainsley Harris looking to take one-on-one here. And that's going to be deflected out of bounds. Excellently defended there by, really hard to see the numbers on the jerseys from this far away. Can't tell what number that is, but great work on the defense there. Adeline Rad sends it in, looking to get a foot on it. Somebody, looked like Jenna Schreiber jumped up to try to get ahead on that. Tula Jensen happy to take that one, skying for that, grabbing it right out of the air. Grace Fowler giving a challenge now here. Joanna Namel just in great position there. Leaves it for Harris in the middle. Ainsley looks to take one-on-one. Lena Rea now out to Hallie Bernard. Bernard with a beautiful left-footed cross to Folkert.
Oh, man.
Claudia Folkert with one of the prettiest headers you will ever see on that cross. Just unable to get it down enough, or even just set it straight across on a laser into that top corner. Well, what a left-footed cross from Bernard. Little discombobulation here at the defense. I think Hope really wasn't set in their position, maybe. You had kind of McCauley, Dieppe, and Namel all competing for about the same centralized spot, and it led to a little bit of confusion there. Ball cleared out wide now to Adeline Rad as we tick down with 15 minutes left in this first half. Hope up on the Wartburg Knights 1-0 thanks to a goal from Hallie Bernard.
Great turn.
Great turn, yeah. Whoop.
I think their feet just got caught.
Yeah, feet just got caught up there. Lena Rea leaves it. Nobody home, unfortunately. Hallie Bernard giving challenge. Fair challenge, says the referee. Nothing doing. Both players going hard against number 18 there, Claudia Sewell.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
wow.
Whoa! Adeline Rad with it. I was looking down at my roster sheet. I mean, but I saw the aftermath. What an incredible strike. Walk us through what just happened, Michael.
I think that was another cross that ended up being a shot.
Hey.
Which is fine.
When it goes in, it goes in. You love to see it.
Play the ball in a dangerous area, see what happens. There's a little bit of wind out here right now, too.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, you love to see it. Lena Rea getting a much-deserved rest as we see a couple of subs checking into the game here. Audra Uziak going back to the defensive position with McCauley in the middle there. Dieppe stays on the outside. Adeline Rad, the goal scorer there. Shot on frame here. Yeah. Feenstra reading that the whole way. Gloves out, ready to handle. Grace Fowler with the ball now in the middle. Long boot to Bernard, who heads it on.
Wow.
Oh, what a great physical play there. That's ball sent in, and unfortunately nothing happening. That's Stella DeSmit, who came into the game here recently, number 21. Claudia Folkert with the turn, unable to get around it. And the Knights look to push the ball up now. But Hope just closes in so quickly, and they pinch those lanes incredibly quickly. Claudia Folkert now with the ball here. It's going to look for Ainsley Harris. Harris finds Bernard. Hallie Bernard looking to take her defender one-on-one, as she has done pretty much all game. Crosses it in, unable to punch it out. Looking for the finish was Olivia Dieppe. And it looks like we had a foul in the box as Claudia Folker and one of the Wartburg defenders just collided. I'm not entirely sure. The referee obviously says foul on Folker, but those are kind of some of those things that happen when, either you're trying to turn and you're trying to fill space and you don't see somebody there. And soccer's so much of a game of keeping eyes in the back of your head and on the side of your head, as Ainsley Harris here runs onto the ball, takes the defender one-on-one, and we've got a corner kick now. But, how many times does it happen where you're trying to run out of the box or you're trying to get into position and you don't even see a player next to you? You just bowl them over, right? Accidentally, of course.
That happens to me all the time when we play at lunch.
Yeah, absolutely. It sure does. I have been on the receiving end of a few of those.
My apologies, always.
Yeah. Hallie Bernard, as Matt Margarone said, Hallie Bernard and Ainsley Harris coming out of the game here, but as Matt Margarone says, it is not a Hope College live stream game if there is not a mention of a faculty staff soccer group. But that's always, as Eric Van Tassel says, best part of our week.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a privilege to be able to play on a beautiful pitch like this at the stadium.
Knights with the ball now in their own defensive third. Really they've gotten a couple shots on goal here that Feenstra has easily been able to handle, as Uziak and McCauley try to go back to the ball there. Work back to Feenstra. Feenstra now sending it out to Audra Uziak here. Uziak to Rad. Rad now switching sides with Dieppe. Dieppe's on that far side. I wonder if that's just a product of the corner kick that just happened pretty recently here. And it looks like Dieppe and Rad are now going to switch positions again here. Dieppe with the huge toss down the line here to Stella DeSmit. Grace Fowler with the ball, keeps the ball in.
Great control from
Fowler here. She's looking to take her defender one-on-one across the top of the 18, just sends it, unfortunately, behind the net. That is so difficult to do when you've got the momentum. You almost want to – it's so hard to also, though, stop on a dime, pull back, and try to get maybe a right-footed cross in. But when that ball is rolling and you're trying to hit it with your left and you're leaning forward and you've got a defender barreling down on you, it is just increasingly difficult to put that ball anywhere near the frame. But great hustle from Grace Fowler and great footwork on that sideline here to keep it in.
I love watching Fowler on the ball. She's so assured. And you're right, that's just difficult to wrap your foot around those.
Ball blocked now. Folkert with it near the top of the 18, leaves it for Dieppe. Who just, if she leans over that one just a little bit more, that ball's tucking right under the crossbar. We see number 30 now, true freshman, Megan Worster coming in, freshman out of St. Joseph, Michigan, Stevensville Lakeshore High School.
Worster got some time last night in the second half. Looked pretty good. Another true freshman showing a lot of promise out there.
Looks like we got a throw in here for the Flying Dutch. We tick down to just over 9 minutes remaining in this first half. Hope up 2-0 on the visiting Knights of Wartburg. Wartburg winning the ball back here. Just unable to really, this is probably one of the better spell of passing attacks that Wartburg has had, as Adeline Rad disrupts that one. And another quick reset from the Knights, as they have kind of done all game, like we talked about. They definitely like to get off quickly, not give the opposing team any sort of time to reset their defense or to get ready for what's coming next, either whether it's a set piece, a corner kick, or just, the ubiquitous throw-in.
Yeah, I think one way they're trying to deal with Hope's stifling press is to just try to be really quick about it and maybe catch him out.
Ooh, Stella DeSmit almost, yep, catches her defender there on the heel. Avery Mize almost looked like they might have hit heads there on that header. You could hear kind of a collective groan from the crowd as both players kind of went for that ball, and DeSmit not realizing that Mize was directly behind her as she tried to head that ball. Stella DeSmit, a transfer from Indiana Wesleyan University, but local product out of Hudsonville. Coach Holly Van Noord, of course, spent a lot of time at Hudsonville, former coach there, knows that program extremely well. So it's no surprise that she's, going to look for somebody in the transfer portal that she knows well.
Yeah.
Stella DeSmit also has a cousin who will be playing basketball here in the fall, and has a cousin who was on the women's national championship team.
Wow.
From a couple of years ago for women's basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of DeSmit, getting around her defender here now, looking to play it back towards the top. Oh no, excuse me. That was not DeSmit. That was Kayla Cannon. It's the pink shoes, Michael. They throw me off.
Went with the left foot there, coming in from the right side, which was interesting, I thought.
Ball one back in the middle there by Lauren Ellinger.
Oh, great ball.
Oh, sent on here now. Here goes Stella DeSmit down the sideline here.
Oh.
It looked like she definitely saw something that we didn't, especially to shoot it on kind of almost a one touch right there, trying to put it past Tula Jensen, but Jensen snuffed it out. Lucky that ball didn't cross the end line, though, as she mishandled that one a little bit. Uziak with a great settle down here to Grace Fowler. Fowler looking for space, looking for a teammate. Sends it wide to Kayla Cannon. Cannon now seeing Claudia Folkert out here towards the near touch. Folkert with the left-footed cross in. And that's a goal. Unbelievable. Claudia Folkert says, side netting, baby.
Wow.
Watch me with this left foot as I chip the keeper, placing it where nobody can get it. I mean, what an unbelievable vision from Claudia Folkert. You love to see it.
I hate to sound like a broken record, but I think that was another cross
that
ended up sliding up off the foot.
Could be.
Taking some spin towards the goal and lofting it over the keeper.
Yeah. We see now Olivia Dieppe coming off the pitch. Senior Tess Bainbridge coming onto the field, seeing some action today as Hope goes up 3-0. Bainbridge blocks that ball out of bounds here. Quick throw in again. Number 14, Allie Smith, looking to reset for the Knights. Uziak giving all sorts of fits to number 9, Finley Rivera, freshman out of Clive, Iowa, on that near touch line down at the end here. Great step in there from Grace Fowler. Megan Worcester giving challenge. Stella DeSmit, trying to get around that outside edge, and fortunate that ball came back towards the middle because DeSmit was about to be gone.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a one-woman press.
Yeah.
It was very effective.
Adeline Rad with the ball on the far side now. Back to Worcester. Worcester with a really nice turn there. Great footwork in the middle. Uziak looking for space. Finds Folkert here. Folkert sends it on for Fowler, who I don't think was ready. And Grace turns on the Jets here. Crosses it in with the lefty and easily read by Tula Jensen. I think Grace wasn't quite ready for that pass, but, I mean, what an incredible vision from Claudia Folkert to send that through. and Grace just really turning on the Jets to get down that way. I think she had a lot more time than she actually realized with that play. She probably could have settled it a little bit, maybe hit it with her right foot across, but Fowler back with the ball now, gives it back to Claudia Folkert. We'll see what Folkert can do here. Another blocked ball going to go out of bounds here, and that's going to be a corner kick for the Flying Dutch. Michael, as we tick down here with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first half, what do you think the Wartburg Knights need to do at halftime to kind of reset, talk about what they need to do in order to crawl back into this game, climb back into this game, because Hope has just been relentless with their pressure, and it has paid off immensely well. Little misread there. Kayla Cannon with the ball at the top of the 18 now. It's going to come back out here for Uziak, who leaves it for Adeline Rad, who's going to cross it in with the lefty. Easily snuffed out by the Knights. But yeah, talk about like what you need to see from Wartburg as the second half is going to come into shape here, and what they might need to do to break some of this talented Hope offense down.
Yeah, Wartburg is they need to possess the ball a little bit more.
Sure.
They've not spent enough time on the ball. Hope has been pressing them super, super well, which is why Wartburg has made a lot of quick passes, a lot of just trying to go over the top and making it really fast, and that ends up with them losing the ball often, which, I understand the strategy of trying to be quick. Hope's going to press you really well, and that's been very tough for your team to deal with.
Yeah.
But at some point, you have to hold the ball up. You have to get some possession, maybe win a free kick up the pitch and score a goal on a set piece, something like that. But right now, Hope's press is just really shutting them down and making it very difficult for Wartburg to operate.
Yeah, we'll look at the time of possession here once the second half kicks off. We will have an opportunity to look at the possession in the field as well, and I would wager that the bulk of Hope's possession has been in the defensive third of Wartburg here, Hope's attacking third. They have just been so dominant in that space as Wartburg looks to build now here. Ball left at the center line here for Mize. Mize tries to send it long, and that's again, Michael, what you're talking about, trying to play possession. And Mize was, felt the pressure coming behind her, but couldn't really do much of anything other than just kick it up. And unfortunately, there was not a white jersey in sight to receive a ball up there. But yeah, if you're Wartburg, you really want to kind of reset, talk about how you could still be in this game, as Feenstra has a little bit of a mishit here. So we'll have a throw in for the Knights as we tick down to 1 minute. But it's still very much a game that Wartburg can crawl back into. And, through possession, trying to maybe get the ball, work the ball through the middle, play it up on the wings a little bit here. Their distribution has been pretty good so far, over the entirety of the field, right? They've played well in the middle. They've played well on the wings. They just have not possessed the ball enough to do anything with it. So,
yeah, it's a lot of hopeful balls. A lot of when they probably really just need to hang on to it for a little while. See if they can make some space when they hold on to the ball a little bit.
Yep. Feenstra with the quick set now here to McCauley as we tick down to 10 seconds left in this first half. Hope going up 3-0. In this first game, or in this first half here of the second game of the weekend for the Flying Dutch against the Wartburg Knights. We're going to go into halftime here. We're going to start to look through some of the stats, facts, and figures here. We'll be back with some thoughts about what the second half will bring, what Wartburg might need to be doing to kind of climb back into the game, and what Hope can keep doing to keep the success of the first half up. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes here on the Anchor Network.
Gentex is a tech company supplying electro-optical products to the global automotive, aerospace, and fire protection industries. With focused competencies in design, vision, displays, software, and more, we're always looking for engineering talent. For our direct hire hourly production positions, we run open interviews Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at our 58 East Riley facility in Zeeland. And our facilities, benefits, and culture are everything you'd expect from a world-class employer. Now's the time to join Team Gentex.
Hope students come from diverse backgrounds, ready to create an environment where truth is sought, all voices are amplified, and challenges are met with determination and confidence. The Hope student body is ready to change the world. Our students act as beacons of hope for their community. They lead with courage, conviction, patience, and strength. They're ready to change the world.
Sports, like healthcare, requires commitment, teamwork, and excellence. That's why Hope College selected Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics to provide athletic training and physical therapy for all Hope College athletes. Get the care you deserve. Trust the team that exceeds expectations. The Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics Sports Medicine Collaborative.
Holland BPW is proud to support Hope Athletics and commitment to energy efficiency. It's easy for Holland BPW electric customers to get started with Home Energy 101 at hollandenergyfund.com. With Home Energy 101, learn the best ways to maximize efficiency and save on your utility bills. You also get a kit of energy-saving supplies valued at up to $300. Get started at hollandenergyfund.com today.
Are you thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Your title agency matters, and you have a choice. Lighthouse Title started in Holland, Michigan more than 20 years ago and has grown to over 45 locations. We are proud to be local in these communities. Visit Lighthouse Title for more information and use our online widget, Louie the Lightkeeper, to chat with someone today about how we can help you close on your new home.
There is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
My name's Emma Duttmers, and I'm a communications major, and then I'm minoring in environmental studies. I play soccer. The first soccer game of my junior year, I tore my ACL. Our athletic trainer, Annie, was there for me right when it happened, and she was there for me literally every step of the way. That was definitely a huge growing opportunity for me, and it was really hard, but it really pushed me to be a leader with more of my voice because I couldn't lead by example on the field. It definitely made me take a step back and realize how much there's to be grateful for.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to share Hope stories of transformational impact.
My name is Megan Bigelow, and during my time there, I was on the Hope women's soccer team. I decided to choose Hope because of the opportunity to be involved in multiple things. I didn't want to go somewhere where I was just a number in the field. I was able to double major, experience both a business academic load as well as economics. I loved the opportunity to really get to know my professors. Hope exceeded my expectations.
I'm Nate Bauman. As an invested community partner, we're proud to help share Hope's stories of transformational impact.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
The River Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
Hope students are challenged to dig deeper. They're challenged to find their calling and shape their future. They're taught to empower their talents, chase their dreams, and encouraged to make a difference. The Hope student body is ready to change the world.
Gentex is a tech company supplying electro-optical products to the global automotive, aerospace, and fire protection industries. With focused competencies in design, vision, displays, software, and more, we're always looking for engineering talent. For our direct hire hourly production positions, we run open interviews Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at our 58 East Riley facility in Zeeland. And our facilities, benefits, and culture are everything you'd expect from a world-class employer. Now's the time to join Team Gentex.
My name is Megan Bigelow, and during my time there, I was on the Hope women's soccer team. I decided to choose Hope because of the opportunity to be involved in multiple things. I didn't want to go somewhere where I was just a number in the field. I was able to double major, experience both a business academic load as well as economics. I loved the opportunity to really get to know my professors. Hope exceeded my expectations.
I'm Nate Bauman. As an invested community partner, we're proud to help share Hope's stories of transformational impact.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are now back live at Van Andel Soccer Stadium here on the campus of Hope College in Holland, Michigan. D3 matchup between the Knights of Wartburg College and the Flying Dutch of Hope College. Beautiful sight here, Mr. Michael Donato. My name is Paul Willard, and we have the story of the first half here. Pretty incredible stuff from Hope College. If you're a fan of stats and time of possession and things like that, we've got the numbers for you. We're going to break them down here. As suspected, one of the things that we talked about as the first half closed, Hope possessed the ball extremely well. Wartburg not really able to gain possession and move the ball up the pitch, but we're looking at like 65% time of possession for Hope here against Wartburg's 35. And I know this is math, and I'm not super good at math, but 70% of that 65% occurred pretty much in the attacking third here. So Hope dominated that entire space pretty much from the goal line to just outside of the 18-yard box 70% of the time. So, I mean, that's an incredible stat to behold. We also have 12 shots on target versus 2 for Wartburg for the Flying Dutch.
Absolutely, those stats are a microcosm of the larger game pretty much. It's been Hope putting the pressure on, lots of offense, and spending a lot of time in Wartburg's half and not allowing Wartburg to spend very much time with the ball. And that's made it very difficult for Wartburg, and we'll see if they can figure out a way to get around the press from Hope. It's not going to be easy. Hope will also have the wind this half, which when you've got speed with Bernard and everyone else that Hope has, that could pose trouble for Wartburg as well. So they're going to have to keep that in mind. It's going to be tough for them because they're going to have to try to at least get one and see where it leads. But if their increased urgency on the offensive side might lead them to spaces at the back that Hope might be able to exploit with the wind and with their speed. So it'll be very interesting to see how this half shapes up, Paul.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that we talked about before the half is Wartburg definitely needs to do a better job of possessing the ball, and that's precisely exactly what we saw in the numbers here, right? Wartburg possessing the ball only 35% of the time, and the majority, nearly 65% of that 35% happened right in kind of between the black lines here, or just on the outside edges of the midfield circle. So Wartburg did an okay job of possessing the ball, but it was only in the middle of the field.
Yep.
So like you said, they need to try to put the ball over top. Hope's defense has just been so strong. McCauley, Namel, Bainbridge, Dieppe, they've all been stellar back there. Adeline Rad had a great first half as well. And even though they're a little bit, you've got Joanna Namel, but then you've got Tess Bainbridge, Megan McCauley, and Olivia Dieppe, all of whom are seniors, and all of whom have played together for 4 years now. So very experienced defense here. So, if you're the Knights, you just have to possess the ball right through the middle and try to push it up through those lanes like you were talking about. But I'm, Hope putting the high press on, kind of seeing what took shape in the first half, that resulted in them getting chance after chance and shot after shot on goal. And eventually it was just enough to break down that defense. And oddly enough, Claudia Folkert's goal to go up 3-0 was eerily identical to a goal that put them up 3-0 yesterday. So something magical about the number 3, right? 3 is the magic number, as Schoolhouse Rock used to tell me.
Oh, okay.
So that's a deep cut there as well. So speaking of the number 3, though, we did hear from our Crack Sports Information staff here that the last time that Hope opened the season with 2 wins that were at least 3 goals or more was all the way back in 2017.
Wow.
8 years ago, which, like, I have a daughter who's 9. That's crazy to me. So, we, Hope just doing everything that they can to win the ball We talked about it at halftime. Lena Rea stepping into those wide open lanes, going after every loose ball that she possibly can. Her work rate was super impressive. Hallie Bernard, Heidi Berkey, Liz Bellinger in the first half, all of them putting in incredibly solid minutes and making it happen. Oh, cheeky little play there. Lena Rea tried the back heel. Tula Jensen was ready for it, though. Lena, dangerous play here. Rea goes down on the field. Little scrum for the ball now. Not sure who's on top of it. And I think Lena Rea caught the worst of that as she was trying to get up off of the pitch and had players pretty much colliding directly with her face, it seemed, right? I mean, she came up kind of holding her nose, kind of holding her head there. But you're used to seeing stuff like that on the rugby field, not on the soccer field, my friend.
That was a bit of a mess.
Tess Bainbridge now playing it back to Joanna Namel, true freshman. Feenstra working the ball out to McCauley here now. McCauley calling for that space for Ainsley Harris. Oh, what a turn by Harris. Defender on her back and takes her to the inside. That's ambitious right there, but turns it with the outside foot as Dieppe comes up here, unaware that the Knights player was charging up behind her there. That was number 6, Skylar Oldenburg, I believe, coming up against number 5, sorry, Paige Leinard, the junior out of Woodbury, Minnesota.
A turn like that from Ainsley will absolutely just deflate your confidence as a defender.
Yeah, absolutely. Ainsley Harris, we talked about her all game, and her work rate obviously is pretty incredible, but her ability to take a defender one-on-one with just sheer, pure, skilled footwork is, second to none. Tula Jensen with the ball now on the 6, setting for a goal kick. Liz Bellinger unable to get a shoulder up on that one as we see Sophie Novak in the game for the first time here. For the Flying Dutch. Bright green cleats there, wearing the number 13 in the center spot. Knights possessing the ball now, blocked by Dieppe. Again blocked by Dieppe. And now Wartburg just sending it up. And that's not going to be enough to put Hope through the paces here, unfortunately. You want the Knights to possess the ball a little bit more. They could have held on to it for a little bit longer, looking for some of those passing lanes. Tess Bainbridge coming all the way up the field here, tries to slot it through as Bernard comes charging, and the speedster unable to get there. But I think Tess Bainbridge took that ball from the 18 all the way across the midline until about 40 yards from goal and sent it through, tried to slot it to Bernard, and just wasn't able to connect on that. Joanna Namel with a dangerous pass back to Feenstra here, but Clara wisely comes out as that ball goes into the river, and you hear the collective groan from the staff in the booth here, even some people in the stands, as they know what's back there. A lot of poison ivy, a river, some rocks, and who knows what critters and creatures dwell in the biosphere that is the river of Van Andel Soccer Stadium.
The biosphere.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And another.
It's out in the biosphere, too.
Yeah.
That was a quick feat from Feenstra to get out to that ball.
Yes, it was.
Naval.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was very well done.
Yeah.
Alert goalkeeper.
Tess Bainbridge now on the near touch here. Turns it back, looks for Ainsley Harris, who gets a touch on it. Possession won back by Wartburg here. Heidi Berkey and Liz Bellinger. Hallie Bernard, with a little bit of a hard touch, but still wins possession there. Looking to put it on for Sophie Novak. And that's a pretty ball from Bellinger to Novak. I love having Bellinger and Novak in the middle of the field together. They play extremely well together. They've been on, they're both seniors this year. They both came up together, and they play off of each other extremely, extremely well. I once had former coach Lee Sears here at Hope College describe Sophie Novak as being mean as a snake. Yeah.
I like that. You need players like that.
Yeah, you absolutely need players like that. Sophie Novak is an incredible midfielder. It's great to see her getting time on the pitch here. Bainbridge now working it back to Namel. Joanna Namel up to Lena Rea here. Rea leaves it for Ainsley Harris, and Ainsley Harris is going to turn on the speed here. Oh, and just hits it a little too hard. If she takes 2 more touches on that ball and waits, she either can go all the way to goal or leave it off to the side for one of her teammates. But, Ainsley will get that one back. Nice turn here against McCauley. Joanna Namel giving chase here now.
Well,
that's a straight forearm shove to the back there.
I'll tell you what.
Clear view of the center official.
That was a veteran play from Namel there.
Sure.
That just knew what was going to happen.
Yep.
Get your body between the ball and the defender. Let them push you over. That was very smart. Very, very well done.
The sweet irony, of course, veteran play from a true freshman. Ball left a little short for Bernard there. Liz Bellinger stepping right in. Great slide there by Tess Bainbridge.
Wow.
Oh, unsure about that one, but
yeah,
hard to tell from here. Kind of the number, let's see, that's number 12. Maya Anderson kind of going down there as from the tackle from Tess. Nothing dirty, no cards given, no bookings or anything like that. Tess trying to get after the ball as Bellinger goes over top of her defender. Hallie Bernard now turning on the speed, leaving it for Harris here on the outside. Going towards the top of the 18. Harris looking to take 2 defenders on now. Oh, and unable to turn it back towards the 6. I could tell what she wanted to do there. You saw that she was really trying to swoop back in, cut it right back in, and either take a shot on frame or leave it, try to slot it back through the middle. As the Knights are building now, and again, just unfortunate for them. Ball goes out of bounds as they're trying to build up that far touchline. Wartburg, if they want to get back in this game, score a goal. We talked about time of possession, but one of the things they also need to do is they just need to slow down a little bit, right?
Yes.
Every time they get the ball, they seem to be playing just a little too fast, and they seem to have way too quick of releases on their passes. They're trying to push it as quickly as they can. We talked about that in the first half, which works really well for set pieces, works really well for corner kicks, works really well for throw-ins. Not so much when you're trying to gain possession and build. So, if you're Wartburg, you want to see your Knights slow down just a little bit and play with a little more pace, play with a little more purpose, and hopefully try to net a goal here.
I agree, Paul. I think they're just a little bit in a rush when they get the ball,
Sure.
and I think that's because they just don't get it that often. And when they do, they're a little worried about getting dispossessed, which can sometimes make you a little bit nervous and just make you play a ball that's probably not the best thing, but you're worried about losing it anyway, so you kind of play a little hopeful ball. But you're right, they need to slow down. It's also hard because they've spent so much time defending, which really wears you down, takes its toll over the game, and that's when mistakes happen too, when you get tired, and it just makes the whole thing more difficult.
Yep. You're exactly right there, Michael. Wartburg with the ball now. Mize trying to push it up. Blocked by Bainbridge. Pushing the ball back into the middle now. And, again, that type of long ball isn't really going to work here against the Flying Dutch. McCauley finds Novak here. Novak pushes it out to Olivia Dieppe on that far side, who, as we know, has no problem going up and playing on offense here. Heidi Berkey on the far side now, corner of the 18, slots it back for Lena Rea at the top of the 18, and just a little miscommunication there between Rea and Bernard. Dieppe going strong there, and she's going to let that one go out of bounds. Oh, she thought that she earned a corner kick for sure. From here, it looked like it as well. It looked like a deflection, but the center official says, "You are wrong, Miss Dieppe." It is a goal kick now for Tula Jensen, goalkeeper, sophomore out of Loveland, Colorado. Mize pushes the ball up for the Knights. Tess Bainbridge intercepting here. Tries to leave it towards the middle of the 18. Now Liz Bellinger with the ball. Low, leaves it just a little short for Berkey.
A little bit of a miscommunication thought-wise.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and Olivia Dieppe just with a smart defensive play there to put herself between the defender and the ball here as Lena Rea with the ball. Playing it to Liz Bellinger, who now has the ball here. Dangerous spot for the Dutch. And that's definitely going to be a corner kick now. No doubt about that as we get another set piece for the Flying Dutch.
So another ball from Namel that set up that whole thing.
Yeah.
She breaks a lot of lines with those passes from out the back, and those can really set you up in some good positions to make a transitional move like that, and they won a corner.
Bellinger with the corner now. Liz raises her hand. Hallie Bernard gets a foot on it. Now towards the top. Tess Bainbridge giving chase here. Smartly plays it back to McCauley. McCauley back to Bainbridge now. And a would-be, just a little bit out of the range of Liz Bellinger. Ainsley Harris steps in. McCauley now with the step. Great passing from Hope here, as we've seen kind of all game. Great pass to Lena Rea here now. Hope just really patient and building through the middle here. Lena Rea taking her defenders one-on-one here. Blocked again out of bounds, and that's going to be another corner kick. Hope earning in that first half, I believe, 6 corner kicks, and this is either the third or fourth. It feels like the fourth one. Third. Yes. Our stats crew is letting us know that it is the third.
It feels like the 15th.
It does feel about that. You are absolutely right. But still only one corner kick in the game so far for the Knights from Wartburg. That's definitely not the entirety of the difference of the game here. Obviously, but the more chances that Hope has possessed the ball down in Wartburg's defensive third, obviously the more chances they're going to get at corners just from a sheer numbers perspective, right? But, we've got Ainsley Harris coming out of the game, Heidi Berkey coming out of the game, and Lena Rea coming out of the game as well. Stella DeSmit coming into the game for the second time here today. Bree Rose coming into the game, playing that kind of center defensive mid position here. Another product out of Hudsonville. Sophie Novak tries to leave it back there for, I believe that's Claudia Folkert also checking into the game here. Dieppe tries to keep that ball in and does, but the Knights win possession back here. Nice little spell of play here from Wartburg, trying to build up that far side now. Looking to send it in long. Great pass here. Good read by Feenstra to come out and grab that and dive right on top of it. But that's really one of the better spells of play that Wartburg has had so far in this contest. Really nice, really patient, building up that far side and then finding that lane to send it in. And it worked out for them. Feenstra just read it all too well, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's another example of Feenstra really being alert and attentive, which is, your team's up 3-0, kind of in cruise control. It'd be easy to kind of drift a little bit. So that's well done by her.
Oh.
What a turn from Namel.
Wow. Stopping the ball on a dime. That ball looked like it was sailing out for a sure throw-in for the Wartburg Knights. Namel stopping it on the touchline, turning over it, and bringing it back into play for the Flying Dutch here as they send that one long, looking for Dieppe to streak up the sideline. Wartburg now with the throw-in. You can see over on that far side of the pitch too, Michael, the wind.
Yeah.
Really starting to play potentially a factor here as well, although, you kind of see it's kind of blowing north to south here as the flag is going. So Hope, with the wind at their backs right now, has not resulted really in any more shots on goal or anything like that, but they definitely aren't getting blasted by wind in their face as Grace Fowler takes a turn here towards the top of the 18, works it back now for Bree Rose. Bree Rose to Sophie Novak. Novak looking to send it in just over the top for Stella DeSmit and hits it a little too long, unfortunately. Scoreboard reads Hope 3, Wartburg 0 as we tick down to 27 minutes left in this contest here. Wherever you're listening from, locally or out of Iowa, we thank you for joining us on the call here today. Hope getting 3 goals in the first half as we have more subs checking into the game here for Hope. Audra Uziak checking in, Kayla Cannon, and Megan Worster. Michael, we would be absolutely remiss, though, if we did not talk about the ways in which Hope Athletics is able to bring you this live stream that so many of you are enjoying right now. So we want to take a brief moment here to thank our anchor partners who do such a wonderful job of allowing us to do the live stream, giving us the opportunity to talk about our student athletes, giving us the chance to have these home contests and have them live streamed. And so Holland BPW is one of them, definitely responsible for keeping the lights on around this place, keeping the scoreboard lit, all that other stuff as the ball gets slotted through from Fowler for a Claudia Folkert run on, and unfortunately nothing doing. LVZ Financial Planning, of course, all your financial needs, lifelong planning. Got a kid going to college? Maybe they want to come to Hope. Talk to LVZ. They can help you. Lighthouse Title Group, of course, for when you buy your first home or your 5th home or, that cottage on the lakeshore that you love. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe some people have 5 homes. I certainly don't have 5 homes. I barely have one. Gentex Corporation, of course, a local company here doing fantastic job in the aerospace and engineering industry. Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics, Sports Medicine Collaborative. None of our athletes can be in the condition that they are without PT, without orthopedic doctors, and without the work that they do. So we're extremely thankful for them. And a new sponsor this year for the first time, XYZ Motors.
Wow.
Always riding with Hope College.
Yes, here at the Anchor Network, we really do appreciate our campus partners. Couldn't do this without them. And it's such a nice community effort here that's really just magical stuff here in Holland, Michigan.
Audra Uziak now with the ball. Dangerous touch there as the 2 Wartburg players were giving chase. And, Hope doing still a really fantastic job of possessing the ball here. Wartburg has had a couple of spells of possession that have worked in their favor. They still really have been stifled, though, in their inability to get the ball past the midline. There's been a couple of plays that have done that, but by and large, Hope College is still keeping that high press and still putting their defense through the paces. Stella DeSmit leaves it there. Kayla Cannon giving chase now. Wartburg working the ball around. Nice 1-2-3 passing here for the Knights. And they're going to earn a throw in here, as that was number 18 going up against Tess Bainbridge here, number 18, Claudia Sewell. Worcester turns the ball now, looking back to Joanna Namel. Namel seeing that long run there. Claudia Folkert. Great ball from Namel. As soon as she picked her head up, you could tell exactly where she was going with it. Yes. Folkert with the deft touch there through the middle. She tries to put it up. Worcester's now on the ball, looking to play it back here. Sees Tess Bainbridge on the outside. Worcester tries for a cross. Doesn't get one. Blocked out of bounds, and we now are at 7, 8 corners for the Flying Dutch here.
Let's see if they can get a goal off one of these.
10 corners for the Flying Dutch.
10 corners.
That's incredible. Bree Rose with the bomb in. What a header down from Dieppe. You know, Michael, you talked about in the first half how Dieppe was just inches away from getting her head on some of those corners that were coming through. Bree Rose with a beautiful setup there, and Dieppe got all of it. It was just very, very well handled by the goalkeeper, Tula Jensen, for the Wartburg Knights.
If I were playing against Hope College on a corner kick, I would be all over Dieppe,
sure,
not allowing her to get a free header on the ball because she's really good in the box on those set pieces.
We got a throw in now on the near touchline here for Wartburg. A little bit of confusion there as that ball just kind of bounced around. Ball sent in now. We're going to have a Wartburg throw in here. Surprise. Oh, here we got. I was just going to say, I'm surprised that Wartburg hasn't made any substitutions yet. And we see now 2 players coming in here for Wartburg. Number 17, that's Maddie Bowers, and number 19, Nikana Youngblood. Wartburg on the near side now here. Oh, what a great tackle from Bainbridge.
Oh, and one of
yeah, and that's going to be a foul there. Tess Bainbridge.
Well done.
What an incredible tackle. You know, you had number 18, Claudia Sewell, just barreling down the sideline, and Tess Bainbridge stood strong, won that ball, and earned a free kick here for the Flying Dutch as Audra Uziak looks to set something up. No movement that she's seeing, or none that she likes, really. Stella DeSmit trying to win the ball up against Mize, and boy, Avery Mize has had just her hands full all game. I mean, she's an excellent defender. She's wearing the captain's armband. But if it's not Hallie Bernard, it's Ainsley Harris. If it's not Ainsley Harris, it's Stella DeSmit. And these attackers for Hope have given her all that she can handle. But to her credit, she has done a phenomenal job of defending. Hope has just done, just out of the reach of Kayla Cannon for that running on header. What a strike across on that cross, though.
Yeah, maybe an inch or so away from getting on the end of that one, and that would have been a very good spot. Still like to see if Hope can get a goal this half, since they were unable to in the second half of yesterday's game. I know it sounds, asking for too much.
Sure.
But, you always want to improve. You always want to look for areas to get better, and I don't think Coach Van Noord would mind that either.
We got another corner kick here for the Flying Dutch as Kayla Cannon was taking that ball down the sideline here. Bree Rose is going to jog over.
It's interesting. Hope has players in the 6-yard box.
Yeah. A couple of them standing right near the goal line here. Bree Rose sending that in, just going to hit the top of the net. you got to kind of wonder if that stiff wind that we have out here may have pushed that ball a little bit further. You definitely see where Bree wanted to go with it, and she put a lot of power behind it for sure.
Yeah, that wind has affected a couple corners now for Hope in this direction.
Kayla Cannon giving chase now here, and we've got a goal kick for the Knights from Wartburg. Ball sent long now, getting held up in the wind a little bit here. Worcester with the ball now, finding Stella DeSmit. Stella with the turn and the fire. Wow, what power behind that shot. I mean, DeSmit just with a quick turn and quick release on that one, trying to put it near frame. And she definitely put a lot of power behind that one. She was ready to go, as we've got some more subs checking into the game pretty soon here for the Flying Dutch. Looking like Coach Holly Van Noord pretty happy with the stat line so far. We haven't seen the likes of Ainsley Harris, Liz Bellinger, Lena Rea for quite some time here. So, and we've got, looks like a keeper change coming in as well. Always good to get, the other junior goalkeeper that we have on the team from Boyne City, Maggie McHugh, is going to step in for Feenstra now. And we've got the subs coming in. I mean, 5 subs coming on the field for the Flying Dutch, definitely giving an opportunity to some of the players here. Number 5, Sarah Geerlings. Number 9, Lauren Ellinger. Maggie McHugh going into goal. Hopefully will keep that clean sheet that Feenstra has, although with Hope's defense that they have had on display here and the high press that they've been able to do with Wartburg to keep the ball in their end, I think Maggie's going to have a pretty okay time for the next 16 minutes keeping the sheet clean here. So
Hope appears to be in a very comfortable position at the moment, even with all those changes. I think they're feeling pretty good about themselves.
We've got actually 2 sisters on the field at the same time right now, Mr. Donato. We have the Ellinger sisters, Lauren and Aubrey. Aubrey's a freshman. Lauren's a senior. I can't say for sure when the last time Hope would have had sisters playing on the same pitch together. I do know that Audra Uziak had a sister on the team here, but that was a number of years ago. Ball sent down the line here, speaking of Uziak, but unable to stay in bounds, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Knights. We've got Skylar Oldenburg, sophomore out of Omaha, Nebraska, coming into the game for the Knights as well. I thought for a second that our wonderful SID, Alan Babbitt, was going to give me some information about sisters playing
I did too.
on the teams here. But he did provide us with an interesting stat line here that I find pretty fascinating. The last time that Hope opened the season, now it's still 14 minutes left in the contest, so anything could happen, of course, and we don't want to give the announcer's curse. But we will talk about it very briefly, that the last time that Hope went in back-to-back games and had clean sheet shutouts was all the way in 2001.
Wow. we'll know who to blame if that does not
That's
come to
wild.
fruition.
The players that are on this pitch weren't even born yet. I mean, that's how long ago it was, okay? So really incredible stuff here. Hope is able to hold on to the victory. They're up 3-0 right now, and if they hold on to the clean sheet, it'll be the first time in 24 years that they've been able to do that in back-to-back games. So pretty incredible stuff from the Flying Dutch here to open the season. You know, and if you're Wartburg too, one of the things that you have to hang your hat on is that you came into Michigan and played two incredibly talented teams out of the MIAA. Calvin's women's team is always a force, as Kayla Cannon puts a left-footed shot on at the near post, but Tulla Jensen was right on top of that one. But yeah, if you're Wartburg, you know, some of the things to hang your hat on, you come to Michigan, you play two arguably top 25 teams, certainly two of the best teams in the MIAA in terms of women's soccer. And you work through some of the kinks, you work through some of the possession issues that seem to be plaguing them in this game, and you take the bus ride home back to Waverly and try to work on what comes next, right? You know, there's a lot to be proud about here, though, from the Knights of Wartburg as well. They've played a very good game. They've played a very clean game. And Tulla Jensen has also stopped a lot of shots on goal.
Wow.
And that, from Stella DeSmit, would have been something spectacular. Back to goal, heading it, flinging her head back, trying to put it on frame. What an excellent ball up from Olivia Dieppe. But, yeah, you know, if you're Wartburg, what are some of the other things that you want to see from them as they move forward throughout this season? Because the American Rivers Conference is no slouch either, right? So they're going to have a tough spell of play once they get into in-conference play here. But hopefully the test that they received here by coming to Michigan will give them a really good foundation to work and build upon for the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. I mean, you want to get better, you got to play against really good teams.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing a press like this up close, that can really help you long term. And, you know, it's a journey. You know, it's not just the results in this game that matter. It's going to be how it goes the rest of the way.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Having this experience now can pay dividends later. And it's good to play tough matchups early in the season, I think, just to prep you for later on.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, it's not doomsday or anything for the Wartburg Knights by any stretch of the imagination. And so, you know, they have a long season to look forward to. And Hope as well has a lot of things to hang their hat on. They have moved the ball extremely well, possessed the ball extremely well today. And just done a phenomenal job. Obviously, going up 3-0 in the first half tends to help. But, you know, gives you a little bit of that kind of comfort zone, a little bit of padding. But, you know, Hope has a lot to look forward to, and they have a tough spell of play coming up too. They go on the road. They host, I believe, Capital University here in 2 weeks. And then it's right into MIAA play.
Okay.
And they're going to go up against the likes of Calvin. They're going to go against the likes of Trine and Adrian. And, you know, the teams that are in the MIAA here are going to give people fits. Oh, and a turnover here as Wartburg looks to push the ball up. Smart play by Uziak to clear that one out, and that's just going to go off of Olivia Dieppe's head. Ironically enough, to the huge poster of Olivia Dieppe that's also on that far side of the pitch there. Players checking into the game now. Adeline Rad back in. Lena Rea, Hallie Bernard, and Heidi Berkey back into the game, replacing Claudia Folkert, Olivia Dieppe, Kayla Cannon, and Stella DeSmit. So we did receive more information about our request. Very quick on the draw is Mr. Alan Babbitt, our sports information director. Back in 2018, we had sisters who played at the same time for Hope Women's Soccer, and that would be Natalie and Hillary Curry, who were teammates at the same time. So we've got the Ellinger sisters here with Aubrey and Lauren. Oh, wow. Yeah, the Knights not liking that call there. Number 7, Greta Roth, arguing, but definitely a little bit of extra after the pass was made, little bump, and, you know, now we have a set piece here from about, maybe 20, 28 yards out, I would say.
Yeah, 25. It's a dangerous position.
Is it 25? Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with the wind.
Yeah, especially with the wind. Adeline Rad has a boot on her as well, so, you know, we'll see what she can do here to put it towards the frame and just right down the middle into the hands of Tulla Jensen. So not exactly the shot that Rad probably wanted to take, you know, but well-struck ball.
Yeah.
It was definitely not going to float over the bar by any stretch of the imagination. Just didn't really have enough spin on it to confuse the keeper.
Yeah, just trying to play it hard and play it on goal, which is not a bad strategy at all. It's a tough spot there because you don't want to get under it too much with this wind, because then it will fly over. So it was a good idea.
Well, he's an official. He's a collector. He's an official and a coach.
Ball back to Ellinger here to Uziak now. Uziak in the middle. Sending it up. That's number 5 giving chase for the Flying Dutch. Sarah Geerlings out of Zeeland, Michigan. And just for the Knights, that seems to be kind of the tale of the game for them, right?
Yep.
Just nobody in the position that their teammates think that it's going to be in. Just that ball. That was a beautifully slotted ball through, but just nobody there. Not a single white jersey anywhere near the ball to possess it and push the ball up the pitch. Because we've got Lauren Ellinger now, looking to play it in, just unfortunately not able to find a blue jersey. Oh, Hallie Bernard goes hard for the challenge there, gets knocked down and right back up again. Number 19, Nikena Youngblood, holding her hand out saying, "My bad." Great sportsmanship here from both teams today. Not a single booking in the contest so far, Michael. I mean, there's, only 5 minutes left in the game here, but remarkably clean game from both sides. A couple of fouls here and there, but, no bookings, no penalties.
Yeah, it's been pretty well officiated too.
Yes.
They've done a good job. A couple advantages were played earlier that were appropriate. So it's been a good crew here.
Harris with the ball to Bernard now. Oh, what a beautiful pass from Hallie. And Heidi Berkey's just not going to get there like we talked about. That ball runs on this turf extremely quick. And, with almost 4.5 minutes left in this game, you really, I think maybe if that was 4 minutes in, Heidi Berkey would have gotten to that ball. But, you're not going to give chase and risk pulling a hamstring or, tearing a muscle or something like that when the game is pretty much well in hand here for the Flying Dutch. Great step there. Unable to win the ball. That's, I believe, is that Sydney Mefford on the field, number 29. Ball sails over the crossbar there. Maggie McHugh happy to see that one go well out of the range of danger, as Hope's going to set up for a goal kick here. Now 4 minutes left in the contest. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to want to come back with us or make your way to Van Andel Soccer Stadium for tonight. We've got a double header here. The men's soccer team will be taking on the Milwaukee School of Engineering at 7 p.m. at Van Andel Soccer Stadium. Milwaukee School of Engineering, coming into Michigan and just putting Calvin University through the paces last night for a 5-1 victory. Just a remarkable effort from the Milwaukee School of Engineering, the Red Raiders, as I believe they're known. And it's going to be a really great contest. So if you're listening right now to the women's game, come on out to Van Andel. Bring the whole family. Get a family game pass with a free concessions voucher to go with it.
Wow.
Right? I mean, you can't beat it. And it's going to be a beautiful evening. There's not a cloud in the sky right now. Bring a blanket, bring a sweatshirt. It's bound to get a little cooler tonight, especially with the wind blowing. But it's going to be a really exciting contest tonight that you and I are going to call. And I'm very, very excited to see what MSOE brings to Hope, especially after they beat Calvin 5-1 last night.
Absolutely, Paul. I watched the highlights or all the goals of that Calvin Milwaukee School of Engineering match, and the engineers were precise.
Were they?
They were incisive.
Yeah. Ooh! Lena Rea trying to bring back that 2-goal magic that she had in Game 1. Ball just sailing over the crossbar. Yeah, I like that precise commentary about the engineers. That's
they were measured.
Sure. Hey, well done.
They did, though. They took their chances very, very well. And Calvin's goal, it came from a botched clearance on a corner.
Okay.
So Calvin played very well. They had a lot of possession of the ball. They look, like a high-quality team.
Yep.
But the engineers really took their chances well and finished well. And sometimes that's all it takes.
Ball out of bounds now as we tick down to 1 minute and 35 seconds left in this contest. Hope going to walk away with a 3-0 win. Clean sheet for both Clara Feenstra and Maggie McHugh here, barring any last-minute shenanigans. Yeah, we're gonna sign off here in a little bit. I don't really have a good catchphrase like Anderson Cooper does or anything, but we'll be back later on this evening at 7 o'clock to call the men's game. We're gonna have a great matchup with MSOE versus the Flying Dutchman. So, like I talked about, come on out to the game. Bring the family, get some hot dogs, get some popcorn, and enjoy some really, really good Division III soccer.
Good.
Oh, wow, what a stick.
Yeah, absolutely. You could hear that from the booth.
Uziak giving chase here now. And that's ball back now with Wartburg. Maybe I spoke too soon about the clean sheet, ticking down to 30 seconds here. No announcer's curse in this booth, my friend. Heidi Berkey just happy to send that one long, and we've got 15 seconds left in this contest here now. And I think that's just about going to do it here for the Flying Dutch versus the Knights.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Great play by Uziak there. And that's going to do it here as Hallie Bernard kicks the ball off of number 5, Paige Leinard, for the Knights here. And we've got final score, Hope 3, the Wartburg Knights 0. A fantastic contest between two Division III teams. Wartburg coming to Michigan, unable to walk away with a victory or any goals between their time at Calvin and their time here. But again, like we talked about, a lot to hang their hat on, and they played two really, really good teams when they were here in Michigan. And so they're only going to be able to build on this and learn from it and grow. And if you're Hope College, you got to love what you see out of your team right now. Coach Van Noord, Coach Slank, they've got a really strong team in the making here. And I think we're going to see some exciting things out of the Flying Dutch. So for Michael Donato, I'm Paul Willard. We'll be back with you in about, what time?
A little over an hour.
Little over an hour here for the men's game against MSOE here on the Anchor Network. Signing off for now.